In this video, we will learn how to write IELTS Academic Writing Task 1. If we look at the question type, here we get one image or more than one images to describe. That image can be a line graph, can be bar graph, pie chart, table, map, diagram, or a process. Here we have to write minimum 150 words. It should not be less than 150. We have to target 150 plus always. And we should not take more than 20 minutes to write this task 1. Now, if we look at the format, here it should be divided into minimum 3 paragraphs. First one is introduction, where we will write what the image is about and what the parameters are. Then, in the next paragraph, we will write the overview of the image and the description, paragraph 1, would be included. In this paragraph, we will start with what are the overall trend and highlighted part of the given image, and then we will write about some significant parts of the image. In the third paragraph, that will be description part 2, we will write about the rest of the significant areas of the given image. Remember, conclusion paragraph is not mandatory to write in IELTS Academic Writing Task 1. Even if you want to write, one sentence is enough. Now, in this video, let's talk about line graph. So the question looks like this, where a line graph is given and we get the information above that what this graph is all about. First, out of 20 minutes, we will take 3 minutes to plan. In this planning stage, we will first look at the given diagram or diagrams and we'll try to understand what information it conveys. Then we will try to understand what are the parameters given in x-axis and y-axis. We will decide how to divide 2 description paragraphs. We will look at the year or the time period mentioned in the instruction given in the image. We will try to figure out the significant areas such as highest, lowest, where it was constant, where it was at the peak. Also, we will try to find out the overview and the trend of the picture or the image. Now, if we look at this picture, we will try to write this together. Step by step, we will see what to do in the planning stage, in the writing stage. So, let's start with the strategy for this given picture. So, in this line graph, we can see the instruction is given that the graph below gives information about changes in the price of different types of fuel in India from 1990 to 1999. So, let's start with the planning stage. Here in the planning stage, we will look at the basic information given in the image and what information is given in x-axis and y-axis. So in introduction, we will write what is the image about and on what parameters, on the basis of what parameters this picture has been depicted. So first, if we see the price of different types of fuel is given and the country is mentioned as India. Now, if we look at the different fuel type, petrol, diesel and CNG are given. If we look at the price that is given per liter basis in rupees, and the years are mentioned from 1990 to 1999, that is given in the information above as well. So on the basis of this, we can write an introduction like this. The line graph represents the changes in the price of petrol, diesel and CNG in India in the span of a decade starting from 1990. Now decade why? Because 1990 to 1999 there are 10 years. So 10 years we can say one decade, right? We should not try to copy the exact sentence in introduction. We will try to give different words so that examiner finds that we have range of vocabulary, so we can score on lexical resource. Now, for the overview, we should see that overall what can be noticed in this particular picture. What is the trend given in this picture? So overall, if we see the highlighted part of the trend, the prices of all types of fuel increased throughout this period. If we see the petrol price, it was always in the highest position. So we can write an overview statement like this. It is evident that throughout this period, price of all the three types of fuel inclined and cost of petrol was always higher than that of diesel and CNG. So this could be an overall statement. Now, if we talk about the description part 1, where we will try to compare the significant areas such as highest and the lowest part of this figure. So if we look at the price of petrol, there we can see it started at around 30 rupees in 1990, then it inclined and it ended at around 60 rupees. And then if we look at the price of CNG, it was around 10 at the beginning. It also inclined and it ended with around 20. So on this basis, we can somehow write this. If we write the description part 1, it could be like this. Cost of petrol per liter was rupees 30 in 1990. Since then, it started inclining and by the year 1999 rose up to 55 rupees per liter. In contrast, the price of CNG had always been the lowest of all. In 1990, it was 10 rupees per liter and it was same for next 1 year. However, it gradually inflated year after year and reached at 15 rupees in 1999. So you can see that how we have mentioned these prices, as well as we tried to use different words, inclining, rose, inflated, so that we can give the variation to the examiner, that we are not repeating the same word, we have different words or synonyms for the same word. Now, if we talk about the description part 2, then what should I write? I would write the rest of the things there in the picture. That is the price of diesel. It started with around 20 rupees in 1990. Then it fluctuated a bit till 1994, 1995. However, after that, a steady growth and reached around 30 rupees in 1999. So we will write this thing only. If we write the description part 2, here it is. As far as the cost of diesel is concerned, the price was around 10 rupees, less than that of petrol. It also marginally inclined during this 10 years with little fluctuation between 1991 and 1994. At the end of the decade, it was around 30 rupees per liter. So this was our description part 2, and you could notice that we talked about the price of diesel and how it changed throughout this period. So, things that we should remember while writing IELTS Academic Writing Task 1. We should not repeat the same sentence structure as much as possible. We should not repeat the same word. We will try to use synonyms as much as possible so that we can show the examiner that we have good lexical resource. We will take care of tense. If you are talking about past years, we should use past tense. If we are talking about future years, we will use futuristic sentence. And if no year is mentioned, we can take it in present tense. But we need to take care of the tenses according to the given year mentioned in the picture. We should not write less than 150 words. It should be always 150 plus. We should try to complete the task within 20 minutes so that we can give enough time for our writing task 2, that is essay writing. We will definitely do proofreading once the writing is done because we are bound to make some silly mistakes while writing on paper or maybe typing on computer. So we can rectify those mistakes. We should not use any new information, no suggestion, no general statement in the writing task 1. And as we already discussed earlier, conclusion paragraph or statement is not mandatory in academic writing task 1. However, if you want to give a final statement, you can give, but remember, it should not be out of the context or out of the image. So this is what all about your line graph. Now let's try to do one exercise. So here is a picture for you. I would request you to look at it and read the information that is given here, and you try to write this. You have 3 minutes to plan, and once you are done with it, you have a sample answer for the same. You can match your answer with this sample answer. It is not that it has to be exactly same, but at least this sample answer is there to guide you that how you can write this. Now you can read the sample answer. We hope that you enjoyed this session and you had a great learning experience. For more videos, please subscribe the channel. Thank you.